Hello, it's Victoria from Coastal Themes, and I'm super excited for today's video because I get to show you one of our own Framer themes. This is our Framer theme called Intor, and it is designed for interior design companies, architecture companies, and basically anywhere you see fit. If you think this fits for your company, give it a download, build your website, put it live, and share it with us. So I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough of how the theme is structured, what you get inside this theme, as well as the components, the styling, and how to begin editing your theme. So we'll make a few edits, change some fonts, change some branding, change some images, delete some modules, move things around, just so you can see how flexible it is. And we will jump straight into the video now. So I'm going to take you through each page, what's on each page, so you can get a dive into the theme and what's included. So starting with the home page, this is your landing page. This is what everyone sees when they come onto your site. I'm going to hit the preview button just so you can see what's going on and how the animations are looking. So starting with the header at the top here, we have some nice hover effects. And then as you saw when it loaded, everything floated in from the bottom. And that's kind of a consistent animation we have going. So when it floats into view as you scroll, it just makes it really smooth and really nice and responsive to your movements. So on this section here, this is a nice carousel. These buttons work, so you can click back and forth through the carousel, and when you hover over an image, there's a hover effect and you see this nice button. And moving down through the page, again we have more text space, more images. And then finally we have some of our blog posts, and I'll show you how all these blog posts are linked to the Framer CMS. All our buttons have nice hover effects with a nice animation of the arrow. And then finally our footer section with our social media icons, any information which you are welcome to change. And that is it. That is our landing page. So we have a large desktop, which is 1600 pixels, and then we've covered you. All our responsive sizes are absolutely covered. The next breakpoint is a small desktop screen, which is 1200 pixels. A tablet, which is 810 pixels wide. And then finally a mobile, our phone, which is 390 pixels wide. And you'll be happy to know that on tablet and mobile, we have our burger menus. So if I hit preview, you can see on mobile, it's no longer fully expanded like this, but we have a burger menu as you would expect on mobile. So just quickly going through the other pages, we have the About page, which has a team section, space for iconography and text, and space for text and images. So we've got you covered. Anything you want, you can keep. Anything you want to delete, just delete. And then we have our blog page. So our blog page is linked to our CMS, which I will show you now. So this is our blog listing page. You can see all your posts listed here. And then when you click into the CMS, you can see there's two CMS collections. We have projects, which I'll go through now, and we have blog. Blog is obviously comprised of all your blog posts, which you can go in and edit or go in and delete, do whatever you'd like. And then you can set your header image, which I'll show you where this is applied. And then you can set all your text and images in the editor. So let's head back to that blog page. If I drop this down, you can see this page here is what our blog post would look like. So that header image I referred to, which comes from your CMS, will populate in this frame here. And then below this, you've got the date, you've got the heading of your blog post, and then you've got all your editor content, including images. Again, you can customize this, you can change the widths, you can do really whatever you would like to make this theme yours. And then the next CMS section we have is projects. So projects is kind of like your portfolio, although you can use this again for whatever you'd like. So we've obviously have it as our interior design portfolio. And if I head into the CMS again, this is pulling from our projects collection. So you can see they're all here. You can see the Ned London. That's our header image. That's our excerpt, and that is our title. So if I go back, you can see the header image, the title, and the excerpt. And then if I drop down, I can see in projects what a project detail page would look like. Oh, there we go. We can see that header image again, and all the image inside. So it's not that different from a blog page, but just for a different use of content. And then the rest of the pages are kind of as it looks. So we have a how it works page, which allows you to kind of elaborate your process to your users. So you can explain, we do this first and then this and then this, and you can duplicate this as many times as you need. You can duplicate the entire row so that you can have more space across 2 lines, like so, and then you can just change this content directly on the page. And then we have the 404 page, which is what you expect when the page isn't found, terms and conditions, privacy policy, and finally contact, which is at the moment just a contact form, although you can add your own text to add any more information for the user. So we'll go back home and quickly going to look through the components of Intor and how that's working. So if we jump over to assets, you can see we have various components happening here, including our buttons with hover states, blog cards, more buttons, the whole footer section across desktop and mobile, the links for our menus, which have hover states again, our navigation, primary header navigation, which you can see this is where the burger menu comes in and the state of it closed versus open. And then we have all these other sections. So when you are moving through this theme, when you see anything with a purple line around it, or even in your layers, you can see this purple selection shows you that it is a component. So you can double click on this and go in here to change the styling. But beware, anything you change in a component will obviously roll out across all its instances on any of your pages. So now we're going to look at our styles. We have text styles, which are our headings and our paragraph styling. And then the other main thing we're going to look at are our colors. So we're going to start with colors because colors feed directly into text styles. So let's look at primary, for example. This primary color is what is applied in all the kind of darkest elements at the moment. If I was to change this primary color to orange, everything across all my pages which has primary colors applied, you can see there's a lot of instances of this in headings, in full sections, has this applied. So I'm actually going to undo that because it's not very nice. So that's how color styles work. So you can change this to be on brand in whatever way you want it to be. Same with white. At the moment, white is white, but if you change this color, it will change all instances of the white across the page and across all your other pages. As for all the other colors, so we have background, which is the background of the pages themselves. So this one isn't changing because this is linked to white, but this one is placed directly on a background. And then all the other color styles here are linked to various types of text. So it's a bit of trial and error. So if I see text 2 and I'm clicking around trying to find where text 2 is applied, it'll probably happen as you're editing each page. So I can see this body text is linked to text color. It's not text 2, it's actually text color. So hopefully this works. If I click text color and change it, there we go. It's changing it directly in the text style and then changing its instances across the platform. So you can see here we have this text color applied to all these sections of text. And then we have our text styles. So like you just saw, the color styles feed directly into the text styles, and different text styles have different colors to put on different backgrounds. So we've kind of accounted for different contrasts and so on. So this H1, for example, is always white. So you'll notice that this one here is H1. So if I was to edit H1 directly, you can see that the color is linked to white. If I edited white, it would edit this H1. And then as for the actual text styling itself, if you want to start changing fonts and weights, so let's just change this from regular to bold italic, you can see this would update here, this would update here, here, and every other H1 application. So that's a bit on styles. We're going to go straight in and start editing. I want to give this site a bit more of a classic look. So I'm going to start by editing my fonts first. So I'm coming over to text styling and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to select my font and pick a font that I think is a little bit more classic, something a bit softer, a bit more feminine. And I'm going to be doing this for every single heading. I actually quite like the body text, so I'm going to leave the body text as is. So I'll quickly roll this out and then I'll come back when I've done all 6 headings and you can see how it's looking. Okay, so I've updated all my headings and you can see here they now all have my new classic font, even on these tiny little headings here, and scrolling down the page. It's kind of changed the feel of it immediately, instantly, which is really nice. I'm really liking how it's looking. So it's actually worth noting now that all our text styles have different breakpoints. So I said earlier that different headings were for different browser sizes. While they are varying in sizes, let me show you that H1 on a large breakpoint is this particular size. On a medium breakpoint, which would be this one, is this size. On a small breakpoint is 54, and on our extra small, which is our phone, is 46. So you can see the different breakpoints are applied to this font style. So that is why the text on the mobile is not as big as the text on the large desktop, but they are following the same text style. So let's continue. I'm going to start quickly updating the colors. So I'm going to start with the primary color. I want something quite bluey, I think. Something like this. I'm really happy with that. And then just looking as to whether my text styles are all kind of in the same color palette. Obviously you would do this much better than I am, pulling in your proper coloring. And then what I might do is just quickly look at my background color and see if I just want to give this a bit of a warmth. So making it a little bit off-white. Yeah, I'm really liking that. Okay, so now that I've updated the colors and my fonts, I'm going to go in and update the images. So any instance of images, we have a fill of an image. So I'm going to you can choose an image from your computer. I'm actually going to use Unsplash, just because I'm not an interior designer and I want to populate these quite quickly for you. So I will be back once I choose my favorite images from Unsplash. Okay, so I've updated my images and I'm really happy with them. I've got this kind of classic look, very in line with my colors as well. Obviously you'll be working with whatever imagery you have for your brand. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to update the logo in the header. So we're going to double click and you can see here that this logo is just dropped in. So let me go and grab my logo and I will be right back. So I've just dropped in my logo and I'm going to drop it into this stack. So this is a horizontally aligned stack. I'm just going to quickly adjust the size and then I'm going to delete this one. So now that I have this logo in, it should update across small desktop and then my tablet breakpoints and my mobile breakpoints. So no need for me to worry about updating the other ones. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to remove modules, mix and match modules. So it's as easy as that. If there's something you don't want, simply go in and delete. So I don't really like that text. I'll remove it, and you can see that it does remove it on all other sizes. However, if you just want something removed from mobile, like this image, it will only remove it from this size. It won't remove it from tablet, it won't remove it from desktop. So just be careful of that if you are editing on mobile thinking that it will remove on desktop. Only our large desktop will affect all the other sizes. So anything else you want removed, you can absolutely remove. If you're not a fan of the way things are structured, let's say you want the image on the left, you can see that Everything's in stacks, like we learn in all our Framer tutorials. Things are arranged in stacks with their direction, so you can change the direction of things, you can move things around. Same here, you can change the direction. So anything is really possible as long as you kind of have a plan. That's what I recommend. Make sure you have a plan so you're not deleting things and losing things and being unable to put it back where you want it. If you need any other tips on using our Intor theme, if there's any other tutorials you'd like relating to editing our Framer themes, then feel free to drop a comment below. But that's it for now. I'm going to leave it here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!